Usher-Collier ROARcast, the daily broadcast that spotlights what's happening virtually at the best elementary school in the city of Atlanta, Usher-Collier. Please stand for the Black National Anthem, lift every voice and sing. History theme this year is honoring the past and inspiring the future. We have the privilege of hearing from a famous baseball player. Miss Buckland's nephew, Jalen Miller, was drafted by the San Francisco Giants and has recently made his home with the Atlanta Braves.
Hi, I'm Jalen Miller, professional baseball player of the Atlanta Braves, and I'll be reading a book about Jackie Robinson. Jackie Robinson was born on January 31st, 1919, in a small, old farmhouse near Cairo, Georgia. His parents were Mally and Jerry Robinson. Jackie's grandfather had been a slave, and Jackie was the youngest of 5 children. This is a picture of their plantation. Jerry Robinson complained to the owner of the plantation. After that, he was no longer paid wages. Instead, he became a sharecropper. He kept a share of whatever he grew and gave the rest to Sasser. In July 1919, Jerry Robinson said he was leaving to look for better work. He traveled by train to Florida and didn't come back. After Jerry left, Sasser told Mally and her children to leave. Mally worked as a maid for a while. Then in May 1920, she took her family west to Pasadena, California, where her brother Burton lived. He had urged her to join him and get a little closer to heaven. For an African-American family, Pasadena was not quite heaven. The public pool was open only 1 day a week to blacks. In the movie theaters, blacks had to sit separately from whites in the balcony. Jackie loved game of sports. He played dodgeball, stickball, jacks, and marbles. He played to win and usually did. At John Muir Technical High School and Pasadena Junior College, Jackie Robinson starred in track and field, football, basketball, and baseball. At the University of California at Los Angeles, UCLA, he was a football hero and the first student to star in 4 sports. In 1940, at UCLA, Jackie Robinson met Rachel Eason, a smart, beautiful nursing student. At first, Rachel didn't like Jackie. She thought he was arrogant, but they talked and she realized she was wrong. Jackie was a warm and sensitive man. Jackie Robinson left UCLA in the spring of 1941, a short time before he would have graduated. He wanted to work and earn money to help his mother. Jackie went to Hawaii, where he joined the Honolulu Bears, a professional football team willing to have an African-American play for them. On December 7, 1941, the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, near where Jackie had lived. Lucky he was already on a ship headed back to California. Following the attack, the United States entered the Second World War. Jackie complained when he was kept off the Army baseball team because he was black. He complained too, and the Camp Post Exchange restaurant has separate sections for black and white soldiers. The Army sent Lieutenant Robinson to Camp Hood, Texas. There on the bus, the driver told him, "Get to the back, where colored people belong." Separate seating on an Army bus was no longer allowed. Jackie Robinson didn't move. At the last stop, the military police took him to their duty officer. They argued, and in August 1944, Robinson was court-martialed, put on trial by the Army for not showing respect to the officer. Jackie Robinson was judged to be innocent, but he had enough of Army life. He was released a few months later. In 1945, professional baseball was a segregated sport. There were no African Americans playing on any of the major league teams. They played in the Negro Leagues on teams such as the Homestead Grays, Birmingham Black Barons, and the Kansas City Monarchs. After Jackie Robinson left the Army, he played shortstop for the Monarchs. He was a good fielder and a hitter and fast, and a smart base runner. Negro League baseball attracted large crowds, sometimes even larger than all-white major league teams playing in the same city.
Thank you for your time, Mr. Jalen Miller, and sharing the impact Jackie Robinson has had on the world of baseball. We appreciate you and Jackie Robinson, honoring the past and inspiring the future. Usher-Collier is a STEM school. STEM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math. The key STEM principal spotlight is collaboration. Similar to teamwork, collaboration is an important part of STEM. Each team must learn to blend the strengths and weaknesses of each member to reach the goal. In February, we focused on the SEL competency of responsible decision making and the theme of problem solving. Students in grade 3 through 5 will return school on this upcoming Monday, February 8th. Attention students, there are no more devices at Usher. If your name has been added to a wait list, there is no set date on the replacement devices will be available. We want to call special attention to the National School Counseling Week, February 1st through 5th, 2021, which is sponsored by the American School Counselor Association. Usher Lions, let me hear you roar. Continue to be responsible, obey, achieve, and show respect to your teachers, peers, family, and community. Thank you, and have a great day of virtual teaching and learning.